Oh, let's see. Look here. Yeah, I'm over here like trying to figure out what I'm doing on here. What the hell am I doing on here? Oh, look, somebody has 14,400 or 14.4 thousand people on the ASMR. We should go blast some of that music on their on their thing. Let's see, stream manager. Yeah, that's the one we want to go to. Okay. Yeah. Ah, the hell am I doing? uh, Bacon McGriddles. Not not really. I mean, it's. Oh yeah, we're not using this screen. Over here trying to look at one screen, it's like a post screen. No, it needs to be trimmed up a little bit. Uh, it doesn't really bother me anymore. It used to drive me a couple years ago when I'd go out and smoke. It used to drive me completely fucking nuts. I'd have to sit there and hold my cigarette. And I gotta hold my beard because if not, it's like it's real. I can tell that it's long enough when I walk in the wind and I can look and I can see the hair and then I see a beard shadow. That's when I know I've done something. But for the most part, no, it doesn't drive me nuts. Um, it does when I eat. I mean, I'll tuck it into my shirt depending on what I have. Like if I have a sandwich, it's not a problem. If I'm eating like pasta or something where I got to kind of lean over and get into it, it's I tuck it down. Beard, not something else. Fast food metal genres. McSabbath. I've never heard of McSabbath. I'm going to write that one down. One band that's extremely different and weird. It's a band called Low Gear. But if you search it up on YouTube Jam, uh, you have to type in Low Gear. It's two words. First one is low, second word is gear, and then you have to put band, or you have to type in. It's either one way I found them was Low Gear Band or Low Gear Dallas, Texas. Because if not, if you type in Low Gear, you get everything automotive. But Low Gear is an extremely different band. Their vocal style is very unique because when bands say that their vocalist is crazy, uh, sometimes you get a band who's like, yeah, our vocalist is crazy, and then you kind of look at him and you're like, okay, he might be a little bit off his rocker, probably smoked too much meth or crack or something. But no, Low Gear, their vocalist is legitimately fucking crazy. The early 2000s, I met this band, and they did a local music festival, and they went to the local record store, and my buddy had told me to meet him at the store at like I don't know noon on Saturday, and I showed up at noon because he's like, dude, I got a surprise for you. You need to be here at noon. So I showed up at noon on Saturday, and I got there and I was waiting outside for him, and he introduced me to the band Low Gear, And then we went inside. I kind of heard a little bit about them. I'd looked up some of their stuff, and they were very unique. And and yeah, I ended up watching their vocalists just act completely batshit crazy for 2.5 hours at the meet and greet. Watch them sign ashtrays, cigarette butts. He's like, "I have a sunflower seed. Now you have a sunflower seed signed by Roach. Congratulations. Now get the fuck out. Next." But yeah, he was all kinds of over the place. And yeah, he ended up spending two different instances that I heard about. I'm glad you had to go get the shit out. I get it. Yeah, he had two instances that one of them was he got arrested and committed because he was feeding uh, dead rodents to the monkeys. He was not feeding. He was throwing dead rats at the monkeys at the Dallas Fort Worth Zoo. And the next one, I heard the story, and then a few years later they came back for that festival, and ended up asking him because he got arrested because the story on their website goes he was in the park in his underwear yelling obscenities at ducks. And they arrested him because he was yelling at the ducks. And they took him, committed him. And I was able to ask him, I go, so what happened with this? He's like, well, the story on the internet's all wrong. Okay, correct me on the story. He goes, I wasn't in my underwear. I was in my underwear and I had my Converse on. Glad you had your Converse on. That's an important fact that you had your Converse on. And he's like, yeah. And those fucking ducks started it. Okay, how did the ducks start it? Oh, those little quacking motherfuckers. Oh, they were talking shit. And I wasn't having it. So I started to fight them. In your underwear? Yes. Comes to find out at that point in time, he was going through some shit, was heavily medicated on some not so recreational stuff. Baby metal. I've heard of baby metal. I've 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 heard of Team America. Also heard of baby metal. I have to go look that one back up again. I'm pretty sure it's been years since I've heard. Trust me, I've got my little list of stuff that people have recommended that I'm going to be checking out. I will definitely. It will definitely be one that I go check out. And yeah, baby metal. I've known about them. I got Sabbath on here, Equilibrium, Arch Enemy, Elven Loot. Elven Loot I haven't listened to in a long time. Comes to think of it, I might actually have to go get some water. The amount of talking that I'm doing between this and not smoking cigarettes anymore, doing my vaping thing. Yes, it's probably bad for me still. I don't give a fuck. No. Is it better than cigarettes? Yes. Can I actually taste food? Yes. Do I have to go outside when the temperature is? What's the temperature here? 21 degrees. Do I have to go out and freeze my balls off? No. Fatten? No, it was McSabbath. Batten. I don't think I've ever heard of Sabaton either. I'm gonna have to go look that one up too. And I'm definitely up for looking up, checking out, seeing what other kind of music's out there because it helps. I've always kind of had this uh, philosophy when it comes to like music. Like I will go check out bands. I will go support bands. Uh, you know, buy merch from bands, go stream them, do whatever because if they, I've got friends that are in bands all over the place, and they've let me record them as long as they get, you know, I'm allowed to use their stuff as long as I ask for permission. And I've yet to have a band sit there and go, no, you can't use that. So every band's been supportive. I've been supportive of them. I tag them and stuff. They tag me and stuff. Uh, Actually, one of the bands that I talked about earlier called Forged by Fire. Uh, One of their videos, they actually used some of my pictures in, which was a huge honor to me. They used three people's pictures from in their video of all the pictures that have been taken of them, and it was pictures that me. I didn't take all the pictures because I know there's one picture I did not take because if you look close enough at it, I could see me in the picture. So it was my girlfriend at the time. She took the picture, which turned out really cool, and they used it in the video. And there's other pictures that I took in the video. There was one from a person who her husband's like in, I don't know at the moment. I know guaranteed two bands, but I think he's up to like five bands now or some shit like that. Uh, and they go to every show in like a 2 hour. Like if there's a show within a 2 hour radius of the town, they're at it. And the guy in one of the towns that books, uh, I don't remember how many shows he did. He just had his 2 year anniversary of doing shows, and yeah, he puts on. I think he put on like 24 shows, which is a hell of an accomplishment for anybody that's ever booked a show. Doing 24 of those in a year, that'll give you gray hairs and make you wanna drink and lay down in traffic, especially dealing with a bunch of drunk idiots in bands. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think a lot of the bands that are there are drunk anymore. They might have like two and be like, all right, cool, our set's done. Okay, I'm going to the hotel and passing out. I'm tired. Hey, America's got some pretty good metal bands. But no, I fully agree with you. You're saying, Jam. Uh, yeah, it's great seeing what other places like that band, The Who. It's spelled WU. That's they Mongolian. I think they're from Mongolia. They're Mongolians. They're Mongols. Something. I don't know. But yeah, they did that Wolf Totem song with Jacoby Shaddix, the guy from Papa Roach. They did they did that song. They've done a couple other ones, and yeah, just music. Music is such a transcending thing. Like it doesn't specifically have to be for one area, or it transcends itself. Like if it's good music, it's good music, and people will find it. If it's crap music, it it's crap. And but every person is different, and I know I've had I've had stuff that my kids recommended to me that I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good. It's not my thing. And there's been times where I've told him about bands, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, your bands are crazy." Well, of course my bands are crazy. Why do you think I listen to them? But yeah, I had some friends where I took him to his first concert, and I'd seen three of the four bands, and I'm friends with three of the four bands at it. And there was one band he wanted to see, Diabolical Orange Monkey. Yes, the band's called Diabolical Orange Monkey. And I've showed him a couple songs, and he really loved them. And I took him to the show. And the first the first band was Reform and Ruin, as fan friend supportive. He really liked them. They were really heavy. They were really aggressive. The second band was Wabash and Lake, and I enjoyed it. They had a female vocalist, really beautiful sounding voice, really put together well, and I really liked what they were doing. He's like, it wasn't heavy enough. I don't like it. Like, okay, whatever, kid. Your your opinion, yours. The second band was Illyria, that I'm friends with and have seen them quite a few times. And he wasn't digging their slower stuff. They're more of a alternative rock band. And then Diabolical Orange Monkey came on last, and he'd been kind of hanging out in the back all night, and that was the first time I actually caught him up near the stage. He was probably 10, 15 feet from the stage, and he was having a blast. They ended up inviting me on stage to do their song Fuck Around and Find Out. And most of those guys all knew the style of music that I did when I was in a band. And so they knew what they were in for. And then all the young kids at the show were like, "Oh my God, we did not see that coming from you." Okay, I don't know how you see that coming from me, but this is this is my scene. This is what I do. This is why everybody in the area apparently called me a fucking legend. I just showed up and did what I did. And then later on that night, we ended up having there were a couple other band members from other bands that didn't play that were on stage, and they invited me up. They had Metal Waldo come up. There was like seven different vocalists, and they were passing the mic around, and we were freestyling to a song that they hadn't even played. Like they were still fucking around with the beginning writing process of it, and they're like, "Okay, get up here. Yeah, you were just up here. Get the fuck back up here. Okay, you're in a band. Get up here. You were in a band. Get up here." And it was crazy and a ton of fun. Uh, oh, you're talking. Okay, I know what you're. I get what you're saying about the. Hate to throw them under the bus because some of their stuff is really good. Uh, I personally think is good, and I enjoy listening to it. You're talking about a band like All That Remains, where they'll have this really, or like Yeah. No, I, yeah, I don't. Kind of like a difference between Slipknot and Stone Sour, where it's like the Stone Sour had some of the slower, like Hesitate or Haunt You, and then Slipknot's I want to slit your throat and fuck the womb. I want to push my face in and feel the swoon. I want to dig inside and find a little bit of me. But yeah, I don't understand if I want a rock love song, I'm going like Poison, Motley Crue, like 1980s, maybe some White Snake, Meatloaf. But yeah, I don't understand aggressive like pop punk like Green Day. Green Day's been around since the '90s. Like in your 20s, you can be a punker, but you can't be a mainstream artist. Like you can't be like When September Ends. Like you're signed. You're a major recording artist. You're a major label. We're punk rock. No, you're not. You're like senior rock or a senior punker. Go sit your ass down. You aren't even writing any heavy hardcore stuff anymore. You've been so contorted by the industry that you don't even know what rebelling is. We didn't bring our previews today. We're going to rebel from the record company. Ha ha ha. No previews for us. And we had a Snickers afternoon. And we had ice cream after dinner. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you. Yeah. I, no, I fully agree. I don't get the like. I can understand having like a slower song on an like the songs from Slipknot, Snuff. Or like yeah, Snuff. Snuff is a fucked up song, but it's really slow. But it'd be like oh, I don't. I think some of it's in the wording and the delivery of the song, maybe. But yeah, I like the band and I like some of their older stuff, but like All That Remains, the moment you said that, that was the only band I could think of was All That Remains that like half their album is aggressive non-radio friendly music that's like for the harder rock stations, and then the other half of the album is radio friendly, and it's like, dude, pick one or the other. Either be mainstream or be underground, but you can't be fucking both. As much as I would hate to, Jim, you got a hell of a good point. Uh, it's just a different culture way of metal. When we look in your last statement in that, I don't know in the U.S. metal has rules. I I wish I had some kind of argument or way to dispute it. Uh, I really you fucking nailed it. You fucking nailed it. All everywhere else around the world, music is music, and you can perform it however you want, and no one cares. And in the U.S., it's like I don't know, it's like a money thing. we'll sign you, but you have to make this kind of music, or you have to write it this way. Like, Bring Me the Horizon. There's another one. Bring Me the Horizon. Or Avenged Sevenfold. That band I personally don't like. My son loves Avenged Sevenfold, and we've had disagreements with it fully. But no, I fully do not understand how a band like Bring Me the Horizon, they were grindcore. They were, they were like grindcore early on. They were fucking balls to the wall. Suicide Silence was too. Well, Suicide Silence, Mitch kind of died, so that changes the perspective. But yeah, it definitely seems like it has to have a certain, like, if you write a 12 song album, like 6 of them have to be radio friendly, and the other 6 you can do whatever you want, but you have to do it within these parameters. I like bands who don't follow the social norm and do whatever they want, because I think one of the interviews I saw was Clown from Slipknot. He goes, you know what? We don't make music for our fans. We make music for the 9 of us. The fact that our fans like our music is a bonus and a plus and is great, but we're making music for 9 dudes that, you guys can buy an album and go, okay, fuck this and throw it. He goes, we have to perform this stuff. So if we don't like it, we're not doing it. And I think there's certain bands that go against the grain and do whatever they want regardless. Soul, Max Cavalera has put out whatever he's wanted for the past 30 years. Since like the Sepultura days with Roots, Bloody Roots, and earlier stuff than that. And then he had Soulfly, and then he had Cavalera Conspiracy, and then what was that band's name? He had him, guy from Mastodon. That was gonna drive me up the wall. But yeah, he did this project with different styles, but the way that all these bands kind of came together, they merged all their styles, and it sounded really good. But yeah, it is. It does seem like they're, for a style that was made because it didn't want to fit the rules, has definitely kind of gone into it is following and fitting rules. I mean, one band that I never thought would do anything. Okay, Slayer. I can honestly probably say Slayer has never written a radio-friendly culture love song. I mean, they might talk about wearing your face as a mask, dead skin mask, or amazingly radio-friendly songs like Raining Blood, Seasons of the Abyss. Seasons of the Abyss was kind of a slower song. Okay, Phil Anselmo. That guy does whatever the hell he wants. Same with Hank 3. Those two are two definite guys that have done whatever they want. Corey Taylor does whatever he wants, but he can. Dave Grohl's kind of done whatever he wants too. Dave Grohl's good. I can play any instrument and put anything together. But he's also, I like the fact that Dave Grohl, guy from, the drummer from Nirvana, and the vocalist and guitar player from Foo Fighters, but every time he does a different, like the Foo Fighters have one sound, Nirvana had its own sound, and he did like Them Crooked Vultures had a completely different sound than Foo Fighter and Nirvana. I think they only put out one album. Maybe they put out a second one.